Awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Yes and, the podcast about all things Arcadia Theatre. I'm Zara Peters, and today I'm here with three wonderful individuals. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
What
Absolutely.
if I did say no?
Ray did that before.
I would
Go
love
ahead.
to introduce myself. My name is Michelle. Are we doing full names?
If you want to.
Oh, okay. My name is Michelle Teske. I use she, her pronouns. I am a BFA acting major with a minor in music.
Slay.
Did I miss anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's your major.
Okay, I'm Veronica Nardo, she, her pronouns, and I got this. It's so long, but I got this. I'm a BFA acting major with a musical theater concentration.
Woo! Boom. You're killing it.
Hi, I'm Becca. I use she, her pronouns, and I am also a BFA acting major with a concentration in musical theater.
Phenomenal news. Okay, so as you guys can see, we're
That's
not in
awesome
our
news.
usual setup today because we are in our apartment. That is right. I said it. We are roommates. This is our apartment.
And they were roommates.
And as you can also
are
all
all
tell,
roommates.
we are all theater majors. Quite fitting for this podcast. So I think you can see where we're headed today. But today we're going to be discussing what it's like to be living together and also be in such a close-knit program and environment. And just kind of all that stuff. So kind of to get started, I want to go around the room and ask you guys, how did you guys get into theater and how did you find Arcadia? Like how did you get here?
It's my turn first, okay.
Okay.
You're off the spot.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Wow. So, I've been dancing for most of my life. I started, like, singing, acting, I guess, like, elementary school, middle school, and then I started, like, drama classes in high school.
Hold the mic a little closer.
Hey,
Awesome.
should I repeat that? Or
No,
is it
that's good. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I did drama classes, like, through high school, and then I applied to Arcadia for acting. I found Arcadia because I had an upperclassman friend that goes here, and I applied because of her, and then I was accepted to the acting program. So I really stayed because of that, and also because it's so far away from my home state. And I wanted.
Where are you from, Michelle?
I'm from Oklahoma.
Crazy
Oh, Oklahoma.
Thank you.
news. Wonderful.
Thank
news.
you.
And I don't even know the rest of the words. but
Yeah, it's
Me neither.
it's my
It's
state
fine.
song, and I don't know most of the words.
It's your state song?
It
That's
is in fact Oklahoma
that's
state song.
crazy.
That's
I
actually
mean, it
kind
makes
of
a lot
embarrassing.
of sense, but that's also crazy.
Anyways,
This is a win for. Welcome back.
Technical difficulties.
There always seems to be a technical difficulty with this. The audio recorder, its batteries needed to be changed.
She died
But
for a minute, but that's
Michelle,
okay.
Back to
wherever
me.
wherever you were, we were talking about Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State song. Yeah, in fact. Where
But
was
yes.
I? Where actually was I? Oh, how I found Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, I was going to say this and then audio cut out. I get asked this question all the time on tours, and I always say the same thing. And everyone's always like, you came here from Oklahoma? I was like, yeah, but I wasn't born there. And they're like, but where are you from? I was like, Hawaii, but why does that matter? And then
So true. Look at you. go.
Hawaii.
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 Also, you said tours. Sorry. Want to explain to the viewers what that means?
So I am an ambassador for the university. It's
Yes,
like a
you
tour
are.
guide. So for prospective students like high school, juniors, seniors, and any transfer students that want to come here, sometimes we get like graduate students that want to come to Arcadia. I'm one of the people that shows them around. I do student panels sometimes. I do some like university events. Not often though, because I'm very busy.
Yeah.
But
Yes, you are.
yeah, it's just a job I have on campus, one of the many. I forgot how many I had. Anyways, Arcadia. I came here.
Go Knights.
Such
Woohoo! Go admissions.
Archie.
I
Go Knights. Yeah.
I applied for my friend. Can I shout her out?
Sure.
Shout out Matea. I applied because of
Love
her.
Matea.
I applied because of
Matea
Matea.
was Veronica and I Zara last year. Love
Yeah.
Matea.
The best, by the way.
The best.
If you're
Yeah.
watching.
No comparison to Beezus, however.
R.A. Jeremy.
Nope. They are both
Their roommate last
beautiful.
year was
They're
was R.A. Jeremy.
RA.
We'll discuss our collective history later.
Yes. So I
Sorry.
applied because of Matea,
The Lord.
and I stayed for like the theater program, and all of the wonderful people that I found through it.
Oh.
It
seems so
your
prompted,
turn.
but it's not.
Oh God, it's my
Hey,
turn.
Veronica, what's up?
Okay, where do I begin?
Story
Okay.
time. It started, I was born.
Pretty much. So, my mom and dad had a vocal and piano studio. So I was born into this like world, like straight away.
Right out the gate.
My mom was an opera singer. She loved musicals, so that kind of passed down to me and Rosa, who was in a podcast. So go check that one
They're
out.
sisters.
Rosa Nardo and Veronica Nardo?
There's your plug. Watch episode what?
Episode 2.
2.
Yes.
Okay. If you want to see someone shorter than me.
Yes.
No. So,
Taking shots. Jesus.
Rosa and I-
shots fired.
Rosa and I learned how to sing pretty young, and from there, we did a lot of musicals together. One of them being Gypsy at Yale University, which at the
Goddamn.
time...
Oh, subtle flex, but all right.
No, well,
As
I
you
guess
should.
I look back, and I'm like, college students? Like, I thought that they were, like, so old and scary, and, like, look
and
at
now look what
I'm
happened.
old and scary. I'm old and scary.
Me when I'm old and scary.
No, but it was great. Okay. And from there, I did a lot of community theaters. Auditioned in New York a lot. Had my first professional job at the Arden Theater, a great theater in Philadelphia. And the reason why I'm here is, Rosa obviously is here, and I heard such great things about the program. And I actually started out as a theater arts major, but I auditioned for Into the Woods, which was the musical last year.
So true. It
And
was so good.
I
So
got
good.
in, and I guess they counted that audition as my audition to be in the
As you
BFA
should be.
MT, and I
Into the woods to slay the boots.
exactly, and the rest is history. Becca, take it away.
Okay.
I love this. This is so good.
Okay, so it all started in Rahway, New Jersey in 2004.
Thank you, storytelling.
No, but I've done theater since I was like 3, I think.
Dang.
Yeah. I started in like a little community theater production in my hometown.
Sorry.
Thank you, drink break.
She was staring at it.
Cheers, everybody.
Real. Grab a drink, everyone at home.
So true.
Stay
Um,
hydrated.
Hydration
yeah.
is key.
Indeed. So I was running around the house, like singing and dancing to my heart's content. And my mother was like, oh, she's a theater kid.
Oh, yeah.
And she wanted
Yeah,
me
she
out
could
of
tell.
the house. So she was like, how
Oh,
sweet.
Rem.
Yeah, we love Mama Rem. Shout out Mama Rem.
Love you, Mama Rem.
So she put me into theater, like theater camp or like whatever. And from there it was history.
It was history.
Since then I've done a lot of community theater stuff. I've done some modeling. I've done work like film work in New York. I've done dance training, this, that, and the other thing. And then I
Thank
came.
you, other thing. I'm
Thank
so
you,
sorry.
other
I'm so
thing.
You guys are flexing so hard right now.
As
No,
you
we're
should.
just taking a trip down memory lane.
No, but as you should. That's the one thing, not to cut you off.
No, please do.
But that's the one thing that I also love about this program is that like there's like all ranges of experience, which is something that I really love, like both in the BA and the BFA.
Yeah.
Something that KP talks about all the time, who you've heard me talk about so many times in this podcast.
Catherine
Love KP.
Peterson.
The best.
Wonderful. I can't wait to have her on the podcast one day. But she always the best. But she always talks about how specifically on her tour she also talks a lot about, and it's true that there's like no distinction between like the theater arts major, the BA, the BFA, like all these different kinds of things.
Everyone's a big old happy family.
Right.
Yeah.
To your point, Rosa, who is a theater arts major, is the lead of Spring Awakening.
Everybody
Literally.
come see Spring
You
Awakening.
should
Please
so
see
come
Spring
see-
Awakening.
What are the dates?
February
I'm sorry.
22nd through the 25th.
So
Come see Spring
get
Awakening.
your tickets. As I always say on this podcast, tickets are pay what you can, meaning for all of the fellow college students out there, yes, you can in fact pay $0.
You want to pay 12 cents?
Go
right
ahead.
A shiny
Go right
penny?
ahead.
Go right ahead.
Go right ahead. But it's gonna be so good. But the entire point is that like there's also people here who are like for example, like we're all like BFAs and stuff, right? And there's like you guys are like have been doing this for a really long time, since whatever else, and then it's like I only did it at my middle and high school, like in the program. I never really did it anywhere else outside, and yet I'm still a BFA. So it's like prior experience, like of course it's like wonderful for your personal like growth journey as an artist, but it's like one of those things where it's like it's never too late to start, but also at the same time it's like you're not going to be held back because of that,
right?
You know what I mean? Like
it's very equal opportunity.
Yeah, it's very equal opportunity, which is one of the things that I love so much in this program. So
and everyone takes the same classes too. Like everyone's allowed to audition. Everyone takes the same classes.
That's how we all met.
You can like
quite literally
do whatever you want.
Do we want to tell the stories of how we all met?
Segue?
I think we should. Okay.
I think out of everyone I met. Wait, okay. No, continue first.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to say is I remember when I met you because we technically met online. And I
So
remember
much
when I
history.
met you because it was
we met on like the
we
chat
met online,
thing,
but then
and
we also like met in I remember meeting both of you in person.
Yeah.
I just assumed that the first time I met you was in
Classes.
Tasha's Acting 1 improv class, which
Yeah.
was
It was probably
where
in
we
class.
all like collectively
Yeah.
met.
It was probably in class. Yeah, Zara.
But I was gonna say, there was like this app called Zeme that basically like you could register like with your college and whatever on, and then you could create a profile and it would help you to like find roommates and stuff beforehand. So at the end of my senior year, I remember I like got on the app and I met my roommate from my freshman year of college. My first semester freshman year of college. Shout out Emily, I miss her so much.
love and miss Emily.
And so basically, I met her literally like she messaged me like after I'd been on the app for like 20 minutes.
My ear
and-
is really itchy. Hang on.
You're so good. And so we started like talking and all that kind of stuff. And then literally like 12 hours later, we were like, you want to be roommates? And we are like, sure, yeah. But at the same time, I also added both Becca and Veronica because like I saw that they were like theater students and whatever else, and I was undeclared, which I've mentioned before. But I knew that I obviously wanted something to do with acting and all that kind of stuff. So I remember I messaged with both of you, and I remember specifically messaging with Veronica because you want to say this part?
You know what? You're doing great. Continue.
Well, Veronica and I were messaging, and Veronica was like, "Do you want to be roommates?" And I was like, "I already have a roommate."
The rejection of a lifetime.
And no, but I was like,
We could have been. We were in the
we
same.
were almost gonna be roommates. And
really?
Then, yeah, I think you said you messaged me like 2 days after I found a roommate.
Oh, it's too late, everybody.
Right.
Spoiler alert,
no,
she
but-
lived in a single.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. But
That was for a different reason, though. That was for
yeah.
no,
yeah.
Really
different
true.
reason.
but basically I met Veronica and I was like, I started looking to try and see if there's a way that we could like room as like a trio, and obviously there wasn't. But I was like, oh well. And so then I had you on Instagram after that, and I had you on Instagram after that, I'm pretty sure. And I remember specifically because I was undeclared, I wasn't with you guys orientation week. Usually orientation week all the majors go together and all the undeclared students go together. So I wasn't with all of them, but you guys all were, which I assume is probably where you guys all met. But I'll let you guys tell that part of the story. But for me, I remember we had yes, Michelle.
I have a story that I want to tell when you're done with your point.
Okay. But my first year seminar, which was also your first
Theater
year
in
seminar,
Philadelphia.
and also Zay, who is behind the camera right now, who you will meet one day.
Hi, Zay.
We love Zay
You're gonna
so
be in the
much.
next episode.
There, I was in a different one.
You weren't there.
I was
But I
separate.
remember because I was like, I think it was, I don't remember if you were sitting in the back row first or if I was sitting in the back row. One of us was sitting in the back row, and then the other one like went over and we like sat like 2 chairs
We
away
were like
from
a
each other.
good 3 chairs
Zay
apart.
No,
was-
literally.
Zay was
We
pointing at Veronica, so
It was
yeah,
it
Zay
was
was
when
pointing at
Veronica,
Veronica.
you guys went together. So it was we were like sitting like we were in the same row, but we were the only people that were there. And then like during the lunch break, like I think you came over and sat next to me and you're like, "Hey, you're Zara, right? From Instagram and whatever else." And I was like,
I felt like I was
"Yeah."
meeting a celebrity. I'm like,
Are you
Are
Zara
you?
Peters from
Zara-
Instagram?
Well, I was like, is that the girl that I know, or is
Zara,
it
I'm
not?
your
I'm
biggest
not sure.
fan.
I just remember looking on Zeme and thinking like, oh my god, this girl is from Florida.
Yeah.
How the hell did she find Arcadia
I was
University?
afraid to meet you because I messaged you a little later and then you didn't respond because you had deleted the app. 'Cause
I
a lot of
did-
people
yeah.
deleted the app, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I had already found my roommate, so I deleted the app at that point.
And I was like, oh man. But yeah, I remember we met there, and then we were like talking about the audition, and I was like, and you said that you were singing Greenfinch and Linnet Bird, and I was like, oh, I'm singing in my own little corner from Cinderella, and I was like, thank God, because I almost sang Greenfinch for the audition, but I was like, thank God I didn't, because oh my God, whoever this person is 100% going to like be like just destroy me if we were to, and it worked. You were in it.
It's so funny because just like seeing your pictures, I was like, you had like the serious model face, like and everything, and I was like, oh my God, she's gonna chew me up and spit me out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then you end up being one of the bubbliest, like
We end up being best friends.
That
Linda
happens
and Heather.
second semester of
Best
freshman
Yeah.
year.
Well, second semester, my roommate Emily, she transferred. I love her so much. I miss her so much every day. But I was like Veronica, because Veronica was in a single. I was like Veronica, because we were friends, but we weren't like best friends. I wasn't really close with you guys because I wasn't in the major yet, so we only had like the one class together.
Right.
Well, technically two, because we also had Kevin's together. But I was like, I forgot my train of thought. Sorry. I do that every time. Yeah, I'll just copy that soundbite and move it over. Oh yeah, and so then I was like, hey Veronica, you're in a single. I know you might not want to give up your single, but I don't want like a random roommate who I don't know. So would you like to move in with me? And Veronica was like, sure.
Meanwhile, every second of that single was just, I was like, all alone again. I'm all alone again. So you thought like, oh, she's never gonna give it up. I was like, I'm itching to leave.
And then we roomed together second semester, and now look, here we are.
Me and Michelle had a similar story.
Which is why I'll let you guys tell the story of
Segue.
how the two
Here.
of you met.
real.
Wait. I want
Waiting.
to say, the first person I met out of this group was Becca at orientation, but the first person in theater that I met was Zay behind the camera, because we had our summer orientation day together, and we were in the same group, and I was like, holy crap, we're both acting majors. And you were the first person I met at Arcadia in theater that wasn't like a professor.
Now look where we are.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Well, okay, first person my grade, my year, because I did meet
Carol
Riley
Peterson.
and Aiden and everyone in
Riley,
the years
she's
above when
lovely.
I visited.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I met Becca first at like the orientation before classes started, and then I assume I also met you there.
I don't know what I met you to.
I don't know either.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I did
Aki
meet
did.
Zara in class though.
Yes.
That I
I
remember.
vividly remember meeting
I
Zara in
vividly remember
class.
meeting you because we were partners
Yeah.
for the exercise that we had. I just assumed that I met
For
you
the
in that
Tasha
class.
exercise?
Yeah. Which
My
is
partner was
where,
Casey, and one of his things was that he's allergic to gorillas, and that's how I remember
And now they're dating.
and now they're dating.
it. Okay.
Look what happened.
Oh,
Didn't
Crazy
need-
news.
Speaking of dating,
Becca and Zay are also together.
We didn't need
It's
to
giving-
mention this.
It's giving theater.
We didn't need to mention this, guys.
Hi, babe.
This
Anyways.
it's gonna stay outside.
So last fall semester, me and Michelle each had our own separate roommates, and I lived in a little more like upscale style dorm situation because
Yeah.
I'm in the
Thank you, honor.
because I'm in the honors college.
Right.
Yes.
And now you work there.
I do work for the honors college.
Yes, you
Yes. And my roommate was moving out to go live with her friend, and I was like, well, Night Hall is like a very like wanted dorm to be living in.
It's all like suite style instead of the
Yeah.
normal like doubles.
So like you only share a bathroom with like the people living in your suite, and like that was really cool. And like each floor of the residence halls had a kitchen.
and
a
laundry
lounge
on
and
every floor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a
on every
lounge.
floor.
Ooh, so nice.
So Becca was living
And then
bougie.
we lived in Heinz. Our laundry was 3 floors down.
Yeah.
No elevator.
So was mine in Kistler.
Dun dun dun.
the wasp incident of '82.
Of all 82.
I'm just remembering there was a wasp in our room in Heinz once, and Zay's going like this behind the camera because Zay
Remember when we
is
had
the
a
one.
wasp in our room?
Zay is the one
Yeah,
who
and then I
got
went
it
to go find
out.
Zay, and then Zay couldn't get it, and then I got it, and then I threw it outside.
Zay's the one who got it out of our. Literally, Zay's the one. Zay is all of our saviors. Zay got the
Yeah.
wasp out of our dorm, and literally Veronica and I were like, "Good luck, Zay," and we closed the door, and we'd like peek and be like, "How's it going?" And it turns out it was probably like a hornet. And I remember texting my mom and my sister saying that like there was a hornet in our thing, and I said, "But Zay got it though," and my sister went, "Zay more like slay."
Zay had gear on
Zay, when we told
May
Zay,
I know?
Zay came over like with like a hoodie on, like what was it? It was like the baseball cap.
I
Like
thought it was a
what was it?
Oh
You
my
had
goodness.
you had gloves. You were
They
ready
had the
to
gloves
go.
for
Cross
our
gloves or
Hornet
something?
incident too.
yeah, a bucket head, I think.
Oh, a bucket hat.
Right?
Zay was like
Fully
covered
protected.
head to toe,
That's
Fully
ready
protected,
to
if you will.
go for this hornet. You know?
Oh wait.
real.
We
Oh yeah.
ever only had like one.
Thank you, side
wasp.
tangent.
We
We-
didn't. We never had
yeah,
like
we had-
serious.
We had like the one
problems.
Hornet, and then we went and like banged on Ari Jeremy's door, and
And
he,
then
he was in
he
the middle of an
wasn't-
RA meeting,
Oh, right.
and he was like, "I'm
What do
on
you
a
need?"
meeting. Can you come back later?" I was like, "There's a Hornet in
Right.
our room, and I'm scared."
And at this point, Zay lived down the hall, so we went down the hall, and we went down the hall
Yeah.
about Zay, something like that. For some reason, Zay was with us, and then I still ended up being the one to put it in like a Tupperware
You're
container.
so brave.
And then we waited
There was
outside.
a Tupperware container involved with us too. I think Zay came with the Tupperware container.
Yeah, we waited outside of our RA's door, so when he came
For,
out to like
a
go help us,
while.
we were just sitting there with the wasp or hornet, whatever
because
the hell,
he wanted to
in the
show
Tupperware.
him.
And,
Proof.
and he was like,
Proof. Okay,
okay.
how did you meet? How did you meet?
"Oh, how
In
did we
class.
meet? We met in class."
No, we met during orientation, but generally we started talking more during class.
Sure, yeah.
And then
then
you guys became roommates
We
second
became
semester.
roommates
Yes.
spring semester.
And we became
Because-
roommates the second
yeah.
semester. You can see where this is.
Because over the first semester, we all became close friends with each other. Like we went into Philly
So bad.
to go see Les Mis together.
Yeah.
That was like our first big outing. Like
Oh
us.
my god.
And I remember thinking like, I don't even know this girl that well. Am I
Right.
even gonna have like a fun time going into the city with a
And
random
now
girl
look
I don't
what
know
And
that
then
well?
and then I ended up finding really cheap tickets for the tour of Les Mis. so
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
maybe that's why we became best friends.
And then I was like, "Hey Michelle, you want to move in tonight with me?"
And I
she was
did.
like, "Yes."
and I did.
Oh yeah.
You wanna speak on it?
We just have a little fun fact.
Go ahead. Wait,
Zara-
you say it. Go ahead.
ZV lore? Hello?
ZV lore?
No, you go.
What do you mean we go? I don't really know what you want me to say.
Be brave.
What were you saying?
No, say what's on your mind. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just thought that the viewers would like to know that you slept over my house.
Oh yeah. So
And we slept over your house.
oh my god.
We never been to
Wait,
your house.
hold on.
My house is so far away, but I have slept
So is
over at Becca's
mine.
house many times.
Well, I think one of my favorite memories of like the first time that we like bonded like just individually, just the four of us was last spring semester. So we were all roommated up.
Roommate up.
And I think there was a night where we were just like we wanted. I was like I want to do something spontaneous, and so then
Wait, that was
yeah,
that was in the
That was
spring?
spring
That was in
semester,
spring,
yeah.
I was like, I want to do something
That was after
spontaneous. And so Becca is from Jersey, and lives right near the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I live 10 minutes away from the beach.
He's like fighting over the mic now.
You can tell we've had siblings. We're like, it's mine.
And so
I love her. I
Mom,
swear.
Mom, you said it's my turn to be with the microphone.
my turn. So, but basically, okay. But basically, I was like, I want to do something spontaneous. And last semester, Becca was like the only one out of our friend group that had a car. Thank you, Stevie the Jeep. Every time I see a Jeep, I just go everywhere I turn, I see his face because it makes me think of Stevie and it makes me think of you.
Love Stevie.
But basically, we were like, are you holding hands?
Yes, because I wanted to hold her hand.
No, because she feels bad she took the mic.
way you look.
No, because I love you.
Okay. So, but
We're telling a
story.
story.
Needless to say, we all
And?
it was like it was after drag bingo, which if you go to Arcadia and you haven't been to drag bingo, you have
You
to go to
should.
drag
What are
bingo.
you doing?
Like, not
Um,
only are there
it's
drag
literally
queens,
bingo and a drag queen hosts it, and they
Or
do
multiple
a
drag
performance
queens.
or multiple.
And
There's
prizes.
also
There's
such good prizes,
awesome
like high-end
prizes.
prizes too, like iPads, PSs, like all these different kinds of stuff.
Zay literally won a Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Rosa won a TV.
Yeah.
I keep on bringing up Rosa. Hi, Rose.
Hi, Rosa.
And one time I won a cup
With a Starbucks gift card.
with a Starbucks gift card.
I haven't won anything.
You were so
And what does that say
you were
about
so
you?
close to win what? Like there was like a fondue dip one. Oh my god. Editing Zara's ears
you
right
shouldn't
now.
say the F word, Zara. You shouldn't have said it.
I'm sorry, but that was that night, okay? And so then we went to do bingo, and then it ended like 10 p.m. Is she completely out of frame right now, Zay?
Is that the night I won the cup too?
Yes, it is.
thought it
wanted
was
the
a different
fondue
night.
machine
but-
so bad.
But
I think it was the same night, so that was just really
basically,
nice.
we all piled into Becca's car, and we
Yeah.
drove the hour to Jersey,
And we listened to
stayed-
show tunes
We
the
listened to
entire
show
time.
tunes. Well, and also Diamonds by Rihanna.
Which Zara and I have choreography
We have
for.
choreography.
Our interpretive
We're
dance.
like
Our interpretive
diamonds
diamonds.
in the sky.
But basically, and so we the whole way over there, and then the whole way over there, and then we went to like the Atlantic at like I don't know, it was like almost
I like how she
midnight.
just said the
Yeah.
Atlantic.
The Atlantic. We
The
went to the
Atlantic.
beach.
Okay, what other Atlantic am I talking about? The ocean? That's what I mean.
You just
Maybe
went.
there's a store that's called the Atlantic.
You just
the viewers
say
don't know.
the beach.
The beach. Is that not what the Jersey beach is? Is the Atlantic?
Anyway,
The
so we went to the
Atlantic
beach.
Ocean.
We went to the beach and we stayed at Becca's house. That's mainly the moral of the story. But that was like our first time like bonding the four of us together. And then we
Indeed.
started talking about rooming together for this semester. But originally you guys had a different roommate and then you were gonna have a random. And then
And I don't even know what we were doing.
we
We were along for the ride. Wherever we showed up,
we had plans.
They were
and-
low key screwed for a minute.
But
there.
Yeah.
But then
They were. I think yeah.
Okay.
It was just like stuff with housing. We like didn't know where we were living, and then we tried to get a double, and they wouldn't we couldn't figure out like what the answer was, and it was a whole thing. And then we found out that you guys, your suite members from last year, who live diagonal across the hall from us,
They're our neighbors.
they were gonna have a random as well. And so the plan was for next year, like after this year, was the four of us were gonna room together anyway. That was like in the talks. And so the plan was for that was that your other roommate was going to move in with them after like the year after. But then it just happened that both of the randoms for both apartments just simultaneously dropped, and we were like, wait a minute, it's fate.
There's a plan brewing.
And then your roommate
It's all
moved over
coming
with them, and then we it was like middle of the summer before we figured out like if we were actually gonna live here or not. I just love the muffled bickering. I'm so sorry.
We're not
Thank you,
bickering.
side conversation.
side
We're not
conversation.
bickering. We love each other.
We're having like a sub podcast over.
We have a separate mic set
it's
up
because
for you.
one of us says something and then we both look at each other and we laugh.
The viewers are gonna get very confused.
But needless to say, the entire point is it was really nice for me because I'm from Florida, so I had to leave all my stuff up here, and I left some with my cousins, and I left some with my uncle, and I left some with Zay because my uncle had
Did
to take
I
my
take
stuff.
any stuff?
I think you might
A
have taken-
mirror?
I think you took like a mirror.
I'm from Philly, by the way.
Yeah. So V's from Philly, so she's from around here, and so is Zay. And I was like, and because I had to move all of my stuff out like 2 weeks before school was actually going to be over because it was the only time my family could help me move my stuff out of the way. And so I had to keep all the stuff that I needed for those 2 weeks with me on campus. I was like, where am I supposed to put this? And Zay was like, I'll take it. And I was like,
Is the theme of this podcast Zay just
it's
saving the day?
It's literally Zay saving the day. That's-
Meanwhile,
And so I was like, yeah. And so,
Meanwhile-
but it was really nice because I came up. We all have early move-in because auditions are usually the first week of move-in. So we usually move in. All the
well,
theater kids
I
move
moved in like
a day
2
before.
weeks in advance.
Yeah,
but
'cause
that's a
you're an
whole other
ambassador.
story.
well, because you're an ambassador and you had to move
Yeah.
in early.
yeah,
But
but it wasn't even to
basically-
this apartment. That's a whole other story.
Oh, girl.
I flew
I
up.
know.
I flew up a week early, and I stayed with Veronica for the week. I was a Nardo.
An honorary Nardo.
I was the third unspoken Nardo sister.
Which
Thank
I'm
God.
convinced it worked perfectly.
It worked
Mickey
perfectly.
loved you. My pet lizard. Alex.
I
my
don't
brother.
know how Pascal felt about me. The
I
chameleon.
think we have to give it another round. Let's
Take two.
We gotta scratch
you
and
still
reverse
need to
it.
come and stay with me in Florida.
Spring break.
Name a time and
I'm
a
saying spring break. You guys
We should figure out
come
what we're
and
doing
stay
for spring
with
break
me.
because it's almost February.
Yes, we should. But I'm saying you guys can come stay with me. All right, but this is a discussion for after
It's
the
either that
podcast.
or we like go
But needless to say,
to like New York or something.
we
for, like,
all
a
live
week.
together.
We'll figure that out later.
So moving on, conversation-wise, how is it like living with other theater students? And I mean theater, and I mean theater students, like not just like like living with your friends, whatever else, but like we're all theater kids. We've all got like different schedules. Well, the same schedule, but like very intense schedules. I think.
I think it's really like
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No, go.
No, it's okay. We're sitting in front, so it's hard to see.
No. You go first.
after you.
No. Becca's first.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
all right. Anyways, so I feel like it's really cool because we all take almost like the same classes except for like random like awk requirements that we need to take. So it's really cool that like we all have kind of like somewhat similar schedules and we get to like help each other with the classes and like
yeah,
you
and
spend
that part is so nice.
a lot of class time with each other,
Yeah.
which is cool. And living with like 3 of your best friends is literally so fun.
If you guys couldn't tell by the nature of this podcast specifically,
No,
This
and
is kind of just like all of our conversations at midnight. We just
Literally.
like we just like
Literally.
sit here and
in
talk.
this living room on this grass rug. You guys can't see, but we have a green
grass
fluffy rug that
Love-
I bought, and I
love
knew it
grass
was going to
rug.
be a success, but some people doubted me.
I was the only one, and I'll admit that.
It's so funny hearing that. But now you love it, so it's okay.
real and true. Everyone grew on it, but yeah.
Get it? Grew on
Just
it.
like
It's
the
grass
grass.
rug. I'm funny. Okay.
You can laugh. It's funny.
Okay.
Go ahead, Veronica.
Okay. As soon as you brought up, and I was thinking about this as soon as you asked the question, I remember. So we didn't just, but like before winter break, we had auditions for the spring semester's shows. Failure or Love Story, which Michelle and I are in.
Oh yeah, you guys should also talk about what you guys are in this semester, but we'll do that after this part. Yeah.
And this was like the first time I was like auditioning and preparing to audition like amongst everybody because I don't count the first semester. We weren't really all.
Yeah, we didn't really all know each other, and that was really. Oh my god, yeah. There's no auditions in the spring. I just thought of that. They're all both in the fall semester. That's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was just like I get really nervous and I kind of get in my own zone, in my own world, and I just look back and all like 4 and Zay, 5 of us were just walking around in each quadrant like singing our songs and performing our monologues. I was like, I'm Veronica Nardo and I'm gonna be performing. Oh, I'm Becca Remelgado. Like,
it was so funny. There was like someone in the kitchen, someone in the bathroom,
This happened,
someone in
like,
the
for a
dining
good
room.
3 hours, and I was like,
I was
Audition and
belting my
callback week.
face off in my bedroom.
Auditions
bedroom.
and callback week is really tense.
Yeah.
Especially this last one because the list was released really late on both both accounts.
Oh my god.
But the thing that I like that it's not really like tense. Like okay, I like that it's like it's tense with like the nature of just in general like
Right, 'cause
auditions and
theater
callbacks
is just a
tense.
competitive
But
nature anyway.
Our apartment, it wasn't tense.
Right.
That's the one thing that I
Ours
like.
was
I want
the
to talk about
chill
is
one.
everyone is like so like because everyone is so close with one another
familial at this
that it's
point.
like it almost doesn't really like it it obviously like it gets to be like oh man like I didn't get that call back, that can suck, but whatever else, but like at the same time everyone was like so happy
It
for
was a
everyone else that it
celebration.
overweighs that.
either like no matter what the
They're
outcome was, there was going to be a celebration.
Yeah, to me
Right.
there just doesn't seem to be malice like
No.
in this program when like to me at least like it doesn't seem to be like malice with any of that kind of
Right.
stuff.
If anyone gets any kind of role or position on the crew or anything like
and not
that,
even just our apartment, like anyone
Yeah,
in the
like,
program.
right,
'cause
the-
we
oh,
all
the whole
know each
program.
other.
like it's celebration.
Our program
no
is
matter
like
what.
max like 40 people.
I don't think
I don't even think
that.
it's that. I think it's probably closer to like 30, right?
At least right now it is.
Yeah. And so it's like we have a nice small program and it's a really good program because
That's one of the
everyone
reasons
is
why I came here.
yeah, because it's like you get specific attention from like the professors and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, which is another thing I wanted to talk about. There's so many things I wanted to talk about, but I also wanted to talk about like the professors because we all work so closely with a lot of the professors. I also wanted to talk about because you mentioned earlier your work study that you are a student ambassador. But a lot of us, but what I want to say is like another thing is that we all like we have like work studies and jobs and stuff like that, like that we work with.
Yeah, we all work for the theater program in
Yeah.
some facet.
which is really fun. Well, you don't anymore, but you did.
You did.
Not
Yeah.
anymore, Veronica, but like
Yeah. What you work scene shop with Rob.
Rob
You used to
Napoli.
do costumes with Mary. You do
I do costumes
with
and
Mary.
recruitment team this semester with
Yeah.
KP.
And I do theater marketing, which is what this is.
Real.
Which is fun because I'm technically getting paid better now. But
Oh,
but
really true.
but it's no, I will say it's so much fun because also I think I mentioned this before last episode with Finn. Finn and I are both on theater marketing, and so it was so nice because it was like I have a wheelhouse to like this was my idea that I had last semester, and I always whenever I talk about it I always credit Veronica because I was like me because I brought it up last year and I was like. And I talk to Veronica a lot. I rant a lot to Veronica.
We have so we both have sisters. So
We do.
at night we'll just like lay in bed in the darkness talking to the ceiling. It's like, good night, Zara. Good
Me and-
Veronica.
Me and Michelle have brothers. And we don't know what that's like. We just go night-night.
There was another
just
night where
on
Veronica
our
was doing
phones.
shadow puppets on our ceiling. There was a shadow puppet of a she's gonna try to do the Cobra shadow puppet. It took her.
Oh my god.
She looked up a YouTube tutorial for it.
Are you getting
Oh,
really
please
close?
don't fall. Oh my god.
It's so good.
No, Becca
Oh, I
and
think you're sitting on the remote. Or no,
but
that's your phone. Never
That
mind.
was there was a bunch of different thoughts within that thought, but the thought was that like this program's very close and like we all have different kinds of jobs and it's like what I was gonna say is I run all my random ideas by Veronica. Veronica has filtered through so many ideas.
I have like a compartment in my brain that's labeled
Labeled
Zara.
Zara Peters.
Zara Peters. And it's like a bright like pink door with confetti on it.
Says do not enter.
Do not enter by any means. But yeah, so I brought up the idea of like, wouldn't it be cool if we did like a podcast that was like centered around like theater? Wouldn't that be like a cool like marketing strategy? And also just in general, like I think that'd be fun to do. And Veronica was like, yeah, you should do it. And we were talking about like different ideas and all these different kinds of stuff. So I brought it up to a few people at the beginning of the semester or last semester, the fall, and then they were like, oh, you should join the theater marketing team. And I was like, really? And so then, but like theater marketing like runs all the social media and all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, that's
Follow
that's
us on all
it.
social medias at Arcadia Theatre.
Sorry.
Exactly. It's so we were talking about the TikTok last episode. It was so I love the TikTok so much.
When we go viral and like
When
Arcadia Theatre TikTok.
Becca is the one that I was talking about. I was literally talking last episode that came out on last Friday, which is who's to say? I don't know math. I don't know the
Who is
dates.
to say?
But we were talking about the TikTok and we are talking about how one of them kind of went semi-viral and I was like, yeah, it's with Daniel and Becca Rem and I was like, Becca, my roommate. But that was you. That was all you.
Okay, but like you were in the other one that also went viral.
Well, that one didn't go as viral. That
Okay,
was
it had
not as-
5,000 less views.
Yeah, but yours had like, I don't know what it's at now, but it had like 12, 13K.
It's over 20.
That was crazy. Over 20. There you go.
And
Exactly.
the
Isn't
one
that
with-
crazy?
the one
Remember our TikTok face?
Oh my god. No, but Zara, the one with us
That was so funny.
the one with us has over 15,000 views.
Really?
Yes.
Sometimes I just go back on the TikTok and I watch all of the videos.
I do too.
I'm in a few of them from The Wolves, which is another production from last semester.
Oh, that show was so
Yeah.
fun.
From the dressing room, me and Julia, who runs the TikTok,
Oh, I love
we
that
sat
one.
next to each other. So every time she was like, I need to do a TikTok for today, and she'd go, do you want to be in it? I was like, sure.
We were
was
so,
so good.
delusional during that show. Like we were so
Yeah.
tired during one of our weekend
I
tech
think
days.
I
And we did a TikTok where I was like laying on the floor with like the where's
my God.
dad?
that was
because the pony wall
Because
was
the pony wall
gone.
was missing.
It
there was like
it
a
was
little
part of our
half
set.
wall that's called a pony wall thing that was in the set that was like a curved wall. And so Felipe and Rob took it out. Thank
to
God
like
for them.
fix it.
To,
they,
like, fix
shaved
her,
a
like,
part off of
yeah.
it or something.
And
And it was just gone, and no one
so
told
there's
us.
a clip and they're bringing it back in the background, which is
And
so
it's like,
funny. to
I'm
me.
too small. And then I turn around like, oh my god, it's back.
It was so funny. But
I love TikTok. I also love Julia because she's really creative.
Shout out Julia Sharkey.
Shout out Julia
Hashtag
Sharkey.
Love you
Roxanne
Um,
Girl.
so much. Follow
Literally,
at
real and
Roxanne
true.
Girl on TikTok.
But I also wanted to talk about, since we were talking about Wolves, which the two of you were both in. I think we should talk about this
You were a big part
semester.
of as well.
We'll talk. I'll talk
Don't
about that
discredit
later.
yourself.
We're doing a swing episode in the future. I was assistant director for that show.
And a swing.
And it was the first time we kind of incorporated swings into anything, which it was very unofficial. My title for that show at the time was assistant director, but we had a lot of missings and 2 COVID cases in our tech week, and it was crazy. So I ended up filling in for quite a few roles, and so after that we incorporated official swings into shows.
And this semester is the first
and
one
this
that people have
semester's-
been cast
yeah.
as swings before.
It was kind
the
of
first
for the Laramie project, which we talked about a lot in the previous episodes of the podcast. It was a very last minute thing that we just kind of added swings, but this semester we've casted swings. So this semester, let's talk first about
Spring Awakening.
Thank you.
Or as I like to call, Swing Awakening. No, I'm joking.
Swing Awakening.
So would you guys like to discuss what your roles in that are?
Sure. Or wait.
I'll go after.
Oh.
One of you.
You go first.
I'll go first. So I am playing Taya in Spring Awakening, and basically me and Julia Sharkey, yay Julia Sharkey, run around singing about our junk.
So true.
Come see Spring Awakening.
sing some
That's only where we've blocked so far. So there is more than that.
We've
I
all
promise.
got our junk, and my junk is you.
I promise there's more than that in the
Thank
show.
you. Thank you, preview. Veronica.
Okay. I'm the swing for all the female roles.
Swing Awakening.
Which means I have to learn all of those tracks and keep them right in the dome, right next
That's
to
also
the
the
Zara
first time-
compartment. So
That's also the first time that anyone's had to memorize for the swings. Because
Yeah.
the previous times it was very last minute or it was just
also
it was like a
play.
last resort kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure this is the first musical where there's swings, where
Yeah.
it's like
I also think
there's
it's director
dialogue.
dependent as well.
Yeah. For Laramie, the swings were decided very late in the process, and because I was the
like
stage
a couple
manager
weeks
for
into
it,
rehearsals.
we were stage management team for Laramie.
Yes, you were.
Real and true. And Kevin said that if anyone, if anyone had to fill in, that they would just have their script in their hand because
Yeah.
there was too many lines to memorize.
Yeah, that's what happened for me for Wolves.
Yeah.
Especially during the tech week, it was we had I'll talk about it later on the swing episode actually, but there was a scare of someone potentially getting injured and I would have potentially had to go on.
Yeah.
And that was spooky. And
We
I was
deal with
talking to-
injuries a lot here at Arcadia University.
That's
but that's-
also a story.
That's a story for another
We have ice
time.
packs on hand.
We literally do. We're at 38 minutes, so let's keep it rolling.
Oh my.
Yeah. For the people watching this that might not be theater people, just in case, when Veronica says tracks, it's not song
Oh,
tracks,
yes.
but it's
You
all
want to
of
also
the lines
explain what
of
a
each
swing is? Because
character.
my mom was asking me in the last episode was a swing was.
So a swing is different
Or
than
more specifying the role.
Yeah, so an understudy, which is a more common term, is where you're studying and memorizing one role in the show. A swing, they kind of have to memorize all the roles, and it's split up between 2 swings. So there's one for the male roles of Spring Awakening, and I'm doing the female roles for Spring Awakening. So I have to kind of learn what everybody's doing, whether it's harmonies in a song, dialogue, choreo, because sometimes there's alternate sides. So
And that is their
track.
their track. That's what V means.
you,
when
track.
She says
Oh
track.
yeah, I forgot.
like Becca's character is called the Taya track. So if Becca's ever out,
It's
God forbid
it's
she's
Becca's
ever out,
roles, Becca's harmonies, Becca's
all of her
Yeah.
movements, all of her
choreography.
lines, all of that.
Yeah. Versus if it was Rosa who's out, it would be Rosa's lines, Rosa's songs, Rosa's tracks, Rosa's blocking, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's what we say that. And then what are you
What are
doing?
you doing, Michelle?
What's your role?
Hey guys, I'm the assistant director of Spring Awakening.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Um,
AD.
Yep. As I wasn't notified of this beforehand, so they both knew when they were cast, when the cast list came out. I found out day of first rehearsals. Someone asked, Kevin asked me to be the assistant director, and I said yes. So, yeah, basically I'm just there every day. I'm Robbie's the director. I'm his assistant director. I help out.
Robbie,
with some
I will
blocking.
hopefully be interviewing a little bit later, so you'll hopefully get
He
to
was
meet
in
That's
the
him.
so
original
interesting.
Broadway cast of
He
Spring
was.
Awakening.
He was an original swing for the OBC.
And And Zay is also assistant stage manager. Because at this
Yes.
point, I feel like Zay's in the episode.
Yeah, I say.
At this point, Zay should just like come over, just like sit over here.
just
so you
don't
can,
get
like,
Come introduce yourself.
You just don't get a
or-
mic.
oh, getting a little wave in
Okay.
there. There you go.
Yeah, but
You'll see Zay later. I
They're a little
promise.
camera shy.
But yeah.
I'm the assistant director. Honestly, most that I've been doing is I'm the intimacy captain. So I check
Thank
in with
God,
actors
intimacy
about
captain.
that. Yeah, it's very important. Intimacy coordinators and choreographers, very, very important people.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the intimacy captain for the cast. So like once they're gone, I'm gonna be checking in with them. I'm writing down all of their blogging for that stuff. I'm also just there as like a sounding board for cast, for the director, for the production team. I help out Peyton, who is the stage manager, a little bit. I kind of do just a little bit of everything whenever someone needs me. I think my most important role so far has been buying donut holes the last 2 Saturdays.
So true.
They were so essential.
Yeah, they're just from Wawa, but I saw them and I wanted donut holes, so I bought them for everybody.
Real. And then our next production, which we talked about also in the last episode, Failure Love Story. We want to chat about that. Want to chat about
Love
that.
story. You can go first.
Thank you. So that is the play for the spring, and I am playing Jenny June, which is the middle sister. I'm a middle
One of
child in
the-
real life.
One of the leads.
One of the leads.
I might
One of the
say.
main characters.
It's funny how the world works. Middle child. The math was math.
It resonated in the
Mhm.
audition room.
Oh, is it my turn
It's
now?
back to you.
Oh, it's my turn now. Hey, I was fixing my headset. Sorry. I am the female swing for Failure Love Story, but I'm also I'm one of the ensemble members. So there's 5 leads, and then there's 2 ensembles. So it's me and then Casey. We're both ensemble, and then we're also both swings for the main characters. Yeah,
Real and true.
Real and true.
Failure Love Story is a weird. I won't say weird. It's an interesting play, definitely.
It is. I love the show so much. We also reading it again in script analysis, and it's just it's such a good show.
You'll just have to come see it to know what we're
Mhm.
talking about.
Yeah.
Don't know the dates for that, but I'm sure it'll get talked about again in a later future episode.
We looked it up in the last episode.
Failure is running from April 11th to the 14th.
Wonderful news.
Rehearsals start
God.
right after Spring Awakening, so we'll see you there.
Woohoo! Yeah.
I get to
Huzzah.
swim
Huzzah. You get to swim.
on a chair.
She's a swimmer.
I'm a
She's
swimmer.
She's a track star.
She's a
Get
she's
it?
a track
'Cause
star.
you're a swing, so you're a track star. It's all coming together.
My God.
It's all coming together.
Is that the name of the episode? Veronica the track star.
Veronica the Tasca.
I choked on a piece
The
of dust and
Jack
I
Star.
gasped dramatically.
I'm
Good
so
for
proud of
you.
Anyways.
Are you okay now?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank
okay,
you.
good.
This is wonderful.
I'm glad
news.
you've recovered.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Archie.
Thank you,
Hi,
Archie. Also, if you couldn't tell, we have a lot of stuffed animals in this apartment.
So
there's
many.
there's like a million that aren't like
This is
visible.
Alec. He's my favorite.
This is
Don't tell the other
Button.
Squishmallows.
This is Button. I love them so
This
much.
is Reginald Gizmo.
I'm sitting on a diner
either
chicken
either
nugget.
name works.
This is Chick-fil-a sauce.
Mhm.
Yes.
Where are
Where's
the other two?
Tangy Barbecue?
Oh.
Tangy barbecue.
Tangy barbecue.
Mhm. And then is
And
that sweet
then-
and sour?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour.
I did
yes.
officially name it Sweet and Sour.
Real and true.
And then we also this is Francis the lamp.
Francis the lamp.
Francis uses he, she, they pronouns.
Given to me by the wonderful
Riley.
Riley Sheets, who is also on
Riley
episode.
Sheets.
Riley Sheets has a jingle because you can't just not sing Riley Sheets.
They
Like,
also have a specific knock,
they
which
do.
when we hear it, we
we go run
to the door.
So good. Miss
It's
them
no,
so
that's
much.
another part that's so nice is that like we live in the apartments for near Arcadia / for Arcadia but it's so nice because Casey and Riley like they have an apartment that's like literally down the hall
And
from
now
us.
Daniel
Yeah.
lives there
And now
too.
Daniel lives there too, who you'll also see on the Swing episode when we end up filming that. But it's so nice living so close to like all your friends.
It's really nice.
I saw something that was talking about how why people like oftentimes like love college, or they have fond memories of college even if college wasn't that great for them, is because the enjoyment of living in a walkable community.
Yeah.
Since in America our communities aren't very walkable, you have to drive like minimum like 20 minutes to get pretty much anywhere they're going, which at that point makes something an all-day event usually. Versus here, within 2 hours you can go get food, you can work out, you can do your homework, you can go to class, you can go to your friend's house, like all within a very short
even
span.
if you are going somewhere like an all-day event, like you're going shopping and you have the place that you're going is like 20 minutes away, you can still go with like one time we went to Sam's Club and it was like 15-20 minutes away, and all of us went, and Zay, and it was great. It was like a multiple hour activity.
And it's so nice to like live so close to all of your friends, and so it's like you can like leave like late at night and whatever else, and you can just hang out all the time, which is really nice, and I think really like boosts morale.
Indeed.
But yeah, I think we're probably gonna call it there, because I think I've discussed all the topics I want to discuss with you fellows.
Amazing news.
You're like, I'm just done with you guys.
I say as if I'm not going
Zara
to shut
wants
off the
us all
camera
to
and then we're
leave.
going to have dinner together.
No, literally.
Like,
Oh, I'm hungry.
What
I
are we
offered
having
you
for
the
dinner?
fried rice from
Right.
earlier.
Yeah, but I want fruit.
Wait, can we make mac and cheese?
yeah.
Yeah, do you want the SpongeBob mac and cheese?
I do want the SpongeBob mac
Okay,
and cheese. You know me so well.
You see, this is exactly what it's like. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching and or listening, and thank you guys all for being on the podcast.
I think
with
Zay
me.
Of
should
course.
get in.
I
for,
think
like, the
Zay should
final-
at least say a
final shot.
word. Zay, you want to get in the shot, or I'll pass you the mic and you can say the little
Oh,
here they
oh.
come.
Oh yeah, Zay should have some
Say hi,
final
Zay.
words.
Hi, Zay.
But yes, thank you so much for watching. I think we're gonna
Can I say hi to future Zara?
sure.
Hi, future Zara.
Hi,
Hi,
future Zara.
editing Zara. Okay.
You wanna say hi?
But yeah,
No.
so thank you guys.
See?
She said no.
I'm okay.
You
No.
want to hear it in Spanish?
No.
Okay.
Sarah, have fun watching Percy Jackson. We love you.
Oh, I will.
No.
I will. In like, what time is it? How many hours?
I should
in
make-
like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours and 4 minutes. The final episode. Sorry, enough for that.
I can make brownies.
Oh my god, this is wonderful news. Okay,
I
we're gonna
make
cut
a-
there
I make
so we
a
can all
lot of
have
food.
SpongeBob mac and cheese and brownies.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. We'll
Yes,
see you in the
and.
next one.
Yes, and.
Yes, and. Yay!
Slay.
Thank you guys.